Hey there guys, how are you? So for a very, very long time, everyone said, John, make a podcast. John, start a podcast. John, I need a podcast. And finally I said, hey, I have nothing better going on in my life, so I finally made a podcast, and we're on episode number 6. Every other episode has been on my second channel, John Flickster, but now, finally, the podcasts have come to the FlickPig channel. So without further ado, I hope you guys enjoyed this new podcast. It's me and my good pal, my co-host, the Crazy Jason. We talk about movies, life. It gets a little bit dark, a little bit creepy, and a little bit magical, and a little bit mystical at times, but nevertheless, it is a good time. So yeah, please enjoy the podcast. It's about 45 minutes. We talk about everything from movies to life to turkey dogs and Sour Patch Kids.
Come with me if you want to live.
Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Zip, don't get scared.
Well, hello there, guys, and welcome to a new edition of the Flick Crazy Podcast. I'm Crazy Jason, and to my right over here is the Flick Pick himself, John Flickster. And on tonight's program, we are going to be discussing, first and foremost, happy anniversary Star Trek. It was today, as we're recording.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh, no, that's copyright.
Oh, sorry.
We have to do happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. We have to do that. So
Boldly blow out your birthday candles.
right.
Okay.
So how was that intro? Did you enjoy it?
I did, man. It was
So-
very enthusiastic.
Johnny,
Yes, Jason.
how was your week?
My week was it was motivational, inspirational, but not very productive. Not a lot happened. Went out to eat a few times. I thought about going to the movie theater, and then I thought to myself, do I want to be surrounded by the unwashed masses, as you call them?
Right.
And then I sat at home, and I started watching something on Netflix, which we'll talk about a little bit later. I
Exciting.
want to savor the flavor, but yeah, that was essentially my week. And the one bullet point of the week I feel like I need to mention was I started eating a lot of turkey dogs.
Turkey dogs. Now I've had those. They're pretty good.
They're not. I'm going to tell you guys, they're low fat, high protein, and they're better than that pork that they just pump into little tubes.
And if you put sauerkraut and like spicy mustard, you can't tell
a
any
little bit of
difference.
onion on a wheat bun, man. I'll tell
Yeah,
you
you
that.
can't tell those
There's
are-
one I ate 8 hot dogs at 3 o'clock in the morning the other night.
You just throw them in the microwave.
Just throw them in the microwave.
Yeah, it's the best way to do
It's
it.
just so delicious.
Yeah.
So
Delicious and nutritious.
that's what they say. So how was your week?
My week was a little bit less productive than yours.
How is that possible?
I don't know. Yours was not productive at all, so I don't know how mine could be less.
I essentially laid in a coma for 14 hours a day.
I did too. I watched a lot of stuff that I can't remember. I did rewatch Dazed and Confused, and I know we don't want to go into a big thing about that, but
Did you need a coming to age story? What was it? What made you want to watch it?
I don't know, man. It was. I had that. It was like at 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
And I watched it as the sun was just starting to rise.
Ooh,
and
that's
it
the
was
best.
And it just gave me that feeling, that 90s
Yeah,
nostalgic
yeah.
feeling.
The 90s nostalgic feeling about a movie that takes place in the 1970s.
Yeah, which we have no clue about. We have no idea. And yet I sit there and pontificate on and on about, wow, he really captured the spirit of the 70s.
But we
like
have
I
no
would
clue.
know, yeah.
I think you were about a fetus at most, and
Yeah.
I wasn't even a thought.
You weren't even a thought
wasn't
in
even-
your daddy's brain.
No, I thought you were going to say something else. But I thought
In your mommy's brain?
I thought you were going to say ball sack instead of brain.
No.
What's the difference?
I
really?
prefer ball bag.
ball bag.
I think that's what the kids say these days.
love sack.
The love sack.
No. So anyway, what a great productive week.
Great for
essentially.
there's a great thing. There's something called editing software on your computer.
Well, it's turkey dogs and Dazed and Confused. I think that pretty much sums up the meaning of life.
I've been eating turkey sandwiches with baby Swiss, lettuce, tomato, onions, and spicy brown mustard.
What are you eating right now? What are we both eating right now?
We're both eating Sour Patch Kids.
Sour Patch Kids.
Flick over here has received a bevy of Sour Patch Kids.
Yes, a few videos back, I did a fan mail unboxing video. A lot of great things. By the way, everyone who sent anything, thank you. Really appreciate it. But I received too many Sour Patch Kids. I could take a bath in the amount of Sour Patch Kids I have right now, and I do every night. And then I put them right back in to the boxes to consume later on. So the box that you're eating right now, I actually bathed in those Sour Patch Kids.
Oh, that's fine. At least you didn't keep them somewhere else.
As you're eating them. I don't know where else it could have been worse
You
than
want
that.
to talk about the guy who Who goes around and checks the bags for 3 hours every night?
I do not want to talk. I don't want to talk about Cyclops Lighthead.
Is he supposed to be like a security guard or what? Because
I don't know what he is. Anyway, if you
He
guys,
takes a 1 hour job and he turns it into 5 hours.
he really does. Here's the thing, guys. In this office building that we're in right now, before we actually dive into what this podcast is all about, which is movies and randomness. Well, I guess we're on the randomness.
Well, you say
right
movies
now.
and more. This is the more part.
This is the more. This is the good stuff. But anyway, there's a guy who comes in. What happens is, okay, in this office building, in the evening, there's a crew of guys, janitors, whatever. They come and empty out the trash cans.
It's not a crew. It's just one dude with
one-
a light on his head. He's got one of those
no,
cave lights on his head.
No. You're jumping to conclusions. We need to calm down. Let me build this up.
Conclusions, Matt.
So there's a crew of people that come in here and clean these trash cans. Then 7 hours later, in the middle of the night, another guy comes. He has a little flashlight on his head.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like a coal miner. I call him the late night Cyclops. And when I'm in here late at night editing, I can hear him opening and closing all the doors. It's scary as shit. I didn't know what was happening at first. And then all of a sudden, my handle starts to jiggle. It slowly opens. Just imagine, I've never seen him before. He opens up the door with a light on his head,
Yeah.
shining in, glaring at me.
What time was this again?
This had to have been 3 o'clock in the morning.
How were you were scared, right?
My eyes were bloodshot. I thought I was hallucinating. I didn't know what was happening. So anyway, that's Cyclops flashlight head, and he's here right now, I believe.
And he actually came in here and peered into your trash cans.
He
Empty
yeah.
trash cans.
As I'm sitting here, he double checks the trash cans because he doesn't trust the first guys that clean them out.
You had you had like a napkin and a like one of these.
Yes, some
And
Sour Patch Kids.
It will.
And then what does he do? He doesn't leave it go.
No.
He wants me to have clean trash cans. And I appreciate that. I'll tell you that right now. I appreciate that fact. But he reaches down and he grabs out my empty Sour Patch Kid package, folds it in his hand, squeezes it, and says, "Have a good night."
How did that make you feel?
Terrified and angry.
Why angry?
I don't know. I'm still trying to cope with it myself.
Like that's my trash. You don't touch it.
Those are my Sour Patch Kids. Those will stay there at least for 24 hours until I'm ready to get rid of them. So anyway, what are some of the topics we're talking about in this podcast?
Okay, well, the first thing I wanted to mention is, of course, happy birthday, 50th birthday, Star Trek.
Yay!
Yeah, it's not as it's going up, but the whole year was celebrating.
Sure.
I know you're celebrating.
Right now in my head,
Yeah, because I know you've watched all the
kazoos
episodes.
are going off right now, and little kids are screaming.
I could go and I've been a fan since before the age of 5, and
You've been
when
watching it since the 1960s.
No, funny guy. 1980s though.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when I was a teenager, I was a member of Starfleet, and I had a uniform, which I'll bring. I still have the top. I can bring it.
What a fucking nerd.
Yeah.
What a nerd.
Yeah.
Now I understand.
Let me ask you something.
Dude, I used to dress up like a Ninja Turtle, a suit that my grandmother made with a big leather turtle shell in the back, and I used to run around the neighborhood. Yeah.
Back in the 90s, they used to have. It was like it was the apex. It was the popular time for Star Trek.
Yeah.
And they had conventions all over the place. They had conventions here in Greenville, and I actually came to a convention here in Greenville and met Marina Sirtis.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is it amazing?
It was an amazing experience.
They used to call my name for myself was Johnny Tello.
Johnny Tello?
My Ninja Turtle name for myself, Johnny Tello.
Okay.
Anyway, back to Star
Then
Trek.
that allows me to say that in French class in high school, my chosen name was Jean-Luc.
Jean-Luc sounds
Jean-Luc Picard.
sounds like a Canadian stripper. All right, so
Do you think Plastic Man?
I don't know. I'm scared. Keep going.
I'm scared he might have like retard strength.
He just opens up the door with that light shining and glaring at us,
Yeah.
and just takes both trash cans and starts throwing them at us, and just does a
bashes
cartwheel.
my head in between like a
just
watermelon.
crushes it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
My
he glares
eyeballs
at me
pop
with the
out.
flashlight, and then it goes into my soul, and I just like become a zombie, and I start doing what he does. I just follow him around as he. Anyway, some of the topics we're talking about tonight.
We've been living as zombies. This past week.
Some of the topics. You want me to cover the topics, or you want to cover the topics? I'll cover them.
Well, don't get testy.
All right, so the first one up is we're going to talk about the PS4 Pro. And then we're going to talk quickly about the new movie this week, Sully, starring Tom Hanks. And then we're going to talk about...
why bother with that?
well, we gotta talk
Why do we
about
gotta
it.
watch old Tom Hanks
it's a
land plane
biopic.
on the Hudson River?
Literally an incident that took 120 seconds, but now we're watching a 2.5-hour movie. Nevertheless, we're going to talk about a new TV show I started to watch, and then we're going to talk about viewer Q&A questions, and that's it's going to be some good stuff. So, first topic.
Okay, Sony just announced the PS4 Pro and the PS4 Slim. But we're going to talk about the PS4 Pro because it dovetails nicely into what we were talking about last week, which is technology and where it's going. Sony decided not to include a 4K player.
Those sons of bitches.
Yeah, although they made sure to announce that they made a. Well, I don't want to say pact. They made a pact with Netflix.
A blood pact.
Yeah, a blood pact. They're blood brothers.
They met atop
Netflix.
a mountain.
Yeah. To stream 4K content. Whoop-de-fucking-do.
Yay!
I mean, okay, so the PS3, it came out in 2006, had a Blu-ray player in it.
Sure.
And it's part of the reason why Blu-ray took off as much as it did. I mean, people were buying that to game, and then they discovered, hey, it's got a Blu-ray player on it.
Watch some movies in here.
Yeah, get the superior format.
Yeah, I had an Xbox 360 which had the DVD player in it,
right?
And I always felt so left behind. Like, I hated it. I was like, why doesn't this have a Blu-ray player? And then I bought an Xbox One. I played it 2 times, which has a Blu-ray player, which was kind of nice. But yeah, Xbox One. Yeah.
And now I believe the Xbox One S, which is
Okay.
Xbox's answer, but their next step,
Yeah.
their mid-level, is going to have a 4K player, I believe.
That's okay.
So that makes a lot of sense.
you can
for Sony to step back
Yeah.
and Xbox to step up.
So Xbox, you can physically play a 4K Blu-ray in, but Sony's PS4, you cannot. You can only stream 4K content.
right.
It doesn't make any sense. Here's my opinion. Here's my theory. I'm going to run with this and just pretend like it's a fact.
Well, people are going to tell you you're wrong, whatever it
Oh,
is.
absolutely. It doesn't matter. I could have the corporate head of Sony right here, the guy who implemented this and built it, and I would be wrong. But either way, okay, here it goes.
Okay.
So this PS4, okay, this is the halfway step towards the PS5.
Obviously, yeah.
Now, if they wanted to, they could have put that 4K Blu-ray player into this console. Because that would have covered all ground. And they're not dumb enough to think, oh, we forgot about it. They know they don't want to put too much too soon. They have to give you guys a reason in 2 more years to buy PS5. You make this thing too good right now, there's no reason to implement and sell another console in a couple years. They need to sell you guys the same shit that's tweaked a little bit in a couple more years.
I'll agree with that.
They're sandbagging.
Theory.
They're sandbagging.
Also, they have their own players that they're going to want to sell.
Sure.
Standalone players.
Oh, you're right.
But
Yeah.
they're making a bad decision, in my opinion, because if you look at the history, when I bought my first Blu-ray player,
Okay.
I remember going to Sam's Club,
Yeah.
right? And I paid $400 or whatever it was for a standalone Sony Blu-ray player. Got it home and realized, what the hell am I doing? Sure, I'm not into gaming right now, but why not just go ahead and get the PS3 where you can play games and have a Blu-ray player too? And I believe it was a little bit cheaper. So I went for the PS3. So now I can see exactly what you're saying, what they're trying to do. They're going to try to sell some standalones, and they're going to try to stretch it out to the PS5 with 4K capabilities.
Yeah.
But there's a problem because that kind of nicely segues into the next little piece of news here.
Well, what's the next piece of news?
And then we can come back to finish your thought.
Well, I just quickly want to mention that the PS4 Pro, they doubled the storage space. It's got 1 terabyte of hard drive space. And
Well,
then
you're going to need it if you're going to be downloading these new games.
you have to download every single game you play onto your console, so the physical media aspect of it's pointless. And then the other thing is it runs a little bit faster for some games. And I've done a lot of research on this, and by a lot of research, I watched 2 YouTube videos of people who knew what they're talking about more so than me. And they essentially said the games right now don't even function at the capability that the PS4 is at right now. So to add this extra feature, or more hard drive, more RAM, and all this other good stuff, the new games won't even utilize this anyway.
Yeah.
So really, essentially, it's all pointless, and
It's all part of the trend that's going on. 4K, like 4K TVs, years before there's any content available to put on them. It's all part of this trend that's driving me insane. I can't fucking take it, man.
It is, man, and that's why you put the glasses right in it. You can't.
Yeah, I can't. The lights were getting to me. I was getting a little sweaty.
Were you?
Palms, yeah.
I'm scared too. My heart's palpitating right now. I'll tell you that right now. It's like everything's in slow
Sour
motion.
Patch Kids?
Yeah, when I eat Sour Patch Kids, it's like
infusion of.
Yeah, it goes straight to my brain. It's like I can hear water drops from the bathroom down the hall right now.
Do you think people would rather be listening to water drops in this podcast right about now?
My spidey senses are tingling right now.
I'm scared that door's going to open and the guy's going to start inspecting your trash cans.
I hope he does. If he does come in here, guys, I assure you we will interview him, and he will be the first ever guest on Flick Crazy.
I hope his name is Bob.
He looks like a Todd.
Todd.
Huh. Either way.
Does he have a mustache?
I hope.
Todd needs a mustache.
He looks pretty clean shaven. So tell me about the sandbagging of technology. Tell me about this new implementation of this new piece of technology, which no one's going to have anything to watch on.
I just want to say, I mean, this okay, so Hisense, which I was trying to figure, where have I heard that before? It sounds like the wash detergent you would buy at Dollar General.
Hisense? It sounds like a straight to $5 Walmart Blu-ray bin title that's starring Al Pacino and I don't know, Elijah Wood.
no, it would be Al Pacino and Robert De Niro. Another failed pairing. Hisense.
Yeah, Hisense. They're both detectives.
Yeah, and one never leaves his house.
No.
But anyway, yeah, so at CES 2016 they unveiled their 8K television, their 98-inch 8K television. Well, that's fantastic, man. I'd love to buy one of those and have it set up.
Yeah, the blood's pumping over here right now just thinking about a 98-inch TV.
There's nothing that can even upscale. At least you can upscale to 4K, and you can buy 4K discs now. Okay,
yeah,
so
nice.
you can utilize your 4K sets now.
Okay.
What the fuck are you going to do with this 8K set?
No one knows.
Somebody just had to do it.
They had to.
Because next year it's going to be 16K.
It's gonna be 32K right after that, and we're still going to be at 1080p.
Right, everything's going to be 1080p, but your phone can shoot in native 16K. I mean,
16K
for 1 second of video.
Yeah. Oh, is it 1 second of video?
No, I'm just saying how much.
It just sounds like a feature the
need.
new iPhone would have or something.
No, the new iPhone that they just announced
doesn't even have a headphone jack.
No, doesn't have a headphone jack.
Doesn't even have a fucking headphone jack.
They're forging the way to the future. When people are still buying DVDs, that means people still need headphone jacks.
You kind of need a headphone jack.
Right here, I plug into my.
Can you even plug a USB into it?
Yeah, you have to get a special USB headphone jack.
It costs $350. It's Apple only.
Or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, it's proprietary, so
sure.
You can't just. I got this actually because mine frayed at the end. You know how you use them a lot and they start to fray. Amazon Basics, and it was like $6.
I love Amazon, man. But the thing about TVs, my motto is with a TV, if it falls on me and kills me, that's the size of the TV I want. It needs to kill me if it falls on me. If it won't kill me, if it only injures me or paralyzes me, it's not big enough.
Then what have you been doing for the past 5 years?
Well, I'll tell you right now, not much. I have a death wish, and that TV is going to be the death of me. And right now, I'm not fulfilling that wish. So I'm a little bit disappointed in myself. I have a 50-inch TV right now, and I need to upgrade.
But the problem is that we both know it's of better quality than anything on the market right now.
I wanted to have a talk with you.
Oh God,
I wanted to have a talk with you.
I'll need some Sour Patch Kids.
We wanted to make this a quick podcast. We really did. We wanted to hit all the topics real quick, be in and out. But you know what? Not today. Not today, my friend. Because today, I have a confession.
Oh. Sorry.
He's eating Sour Patch Kids.
Hey, it's so fucking good.
Oh man.
Guys, send more of these, please.
No more. I can't do it, man.
No, that's all.
No more Sour Patch Kids. Send me some jelly beans or jelly bellies or something.
Stop sending them PS4s. Send them these.
Send me some pre-workout. That's what I need. It's expensive. Okay.
All right, I've got my sunglasses on, so I feel a little safer.
Father, would you like to hear my confession?
I wouldn't like to, but I will, son.
Okay. I have a plasma screen TV. I've had it for many years. I've watched many, many movies on this TV. But I have a problem.
Go ahead, son.
Well, Father, my plasma screen TV it overheats and gets very warm in the small room that it's in. Sometimes it gets so warm, I perspirate. I perspire. I think to myself, if I had an LED TV, I wouldn't be as hot right now.
But son, remember that time you came and confessed a few years ago that you bought an LED TV and then you returned it 3 days later to Best Buy because it was not good enough for you?
You're right. It had backlighting issues. It looked splotchy. It had motion blur. The blacks weren't deep enough. Father, you're right.
Buy a fan and say 38 Hail Marys.
Yes, Father. Thank you.
I forgive you.
All right. So that was the movie confession this week. I might have another one a little bit later. But
by the way,
yeah.
I was going to tell you, to just go out and buy one of those Hisense fans they have out in your lobby.
Oh, man.
I was wondering what Hisense had made. And it's either a Korean or a Japanese electronics company. Please forgive. But there's like a fan. What is it? Some kind of...
Why are we talking about the fan in the lobby?
Because it's Hisense, and they're the ones making the TV, so I'm a little skeptical.
So they're the ones making the 98-inch TV.
Yeah.
You know this TV is going to be made out of popsicle sticks, and it's going to look like it's like being projected on like a saran wrap or something. It's going to look all blurry and shit. They're going to say it's 8K, but it's only blurry because your eyes aren't ready for it yet. You just can't handle it.
No, it's blurry because you've got a DVD player plugged with component cables into it.
Oh, God. All right.
Just dangling off the side, the whole player.
I don't think anyone's ready for this shit. No one's ready for 8K. No one's ready for 4K. They have 9 titles that you can watch on Blu-ray and 4K, and then they might have, one thing on the internet that you can watch? I don't know.
Disney, Marvel, and some other studio haven't even jumped into the 4K.
And they won't for another 5 years. Alrighty, so let's cover some other topics very quickly here, and this one we can break the record on this one if you'd like.
Sure.
The new movie this week is Sully, starring Tom Hanks, directed by Clint Eastwood. It's a movie probably for the 75 and over crowd. I am slightly interested in it, but it's like you said. There's a plane. It lands in the Hudson River, I believe.
We know the story.
No one gets hurt. No one gets injured.
He's a big hero, but he's
for about 1 year.
He's very laid back.
Very laid back guy. And that is the biopic of Sully.
Okay. We'll get nominated for Golden Globes, but we'll get snubbed at the Oscars.
Sure, yeah. It looks pretty by the books. I am curious to watch it. I've heard good things, but something about the story itself just doesn't intrigue me.
And also, it feels like he already Captain Phillips seems like a better story.
It does. And Tom Hanks... Once again, Captain Phillips. Tom Hanks will play everyone. Real quick, I have a question for you, and we can just answer it very quickly. Okay. Since this is a biopic, what would you say your favorite biopic is of all time?
Oh, my God. Rocky?
Yeah? Mine is The Shawshank Redemption, based on Andy Dufresne, who befriends Red in the Shawshank Penitentiary. Yeah.
I might have to say...
Or Gladiator, Maximus Decimus Meridius.
Yeah,
the true story of the gladiator named Maximus Decimus Meridius.
At least the Emperor was...
Yeah, it's slightly based on true events.
Yes.
Yeah. So...
Gee whiz, man.
Gee whiz.
Gee willikers.
I'll tell you mine, man.
Tell me yours.
I'm going to go with Catch Me If You Can.
Yeah?
That's based on true events, supposedly from a con artist. I think he embellished a lot of things that he did, but either way, I'm just going to go with it. I think Catch Me If You Can.
I guess I'd have to say Schindler's List.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just thinking about that makes me depressed.
But it's a great movie, though.
Really good movie.
And I mean, if they could make movies like that today...
Yeah.
Well, they just can't.
They're
not capable.
It's not that they can't. They just won't.
They willfully won't do it.
If it started Captain America, they might do it. All right.
Tom Hanks.
Yeah, Tom Hanks, yeah.
Tom Hanks or Tom Cruise could get it done.
Probably.
That's about it.
All righty. So, who was the main actor in Tall Guy? Liam Neeson.
Yeah. And then, of course, there was Ralph Fiennes as the... the commandant to whoever...
Alrighty, so I have another confession. Well, it's not a confession. We'll save the confession for a few more seconds.
Okay.
So this week, I finally did it. I did it. I dedicated my soul, my time, my being. I sat down in my home theater. I did it. Would you like to know what I did?
I can guess, but you can tell me.
I want you to guess. I'll give you 3 guesses, but you're only going to need 1. It's a little bit dark, it's a little bit creepy, it's a little bit magical, and it's a little bit mystical.
Is that a TV show?
It just might be.
Stranger Things.
You got it. Ding, 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 ding,
Did
ding.
you watch the whole thing?
You win nothing. I think I'm about 5 or 6 episodes in because my eyes got so blurry and bloodshot while I was eating those turkey dogs. I forgot where I was.
What's with the turkey dogs? All the time?
That's where I was. I was eating the turkey dogs when
The
I watched
8
Stranger
turkey
Things.
dogs.
8 turkey dogs.
Why?
I don't know why.
You're addicted to turkey dogs.
That TV show made me want to eat turkey dogs. But I'm telling you this right now, and maybe when I'm done watching it, we'll talk about it more. I like everything I'm getting. It took a few episodes to really sell me on it to get me into it. It really did. It took 2. Because at first I was like, this is it, you know. But this is where the confession's going to come in. I do have a confession. No spoilers. No, nothing like that. It's just about one character in the TV show. Okay, here's my confession. For about 3 episodes,
you were attracted to Barb.
I thought the character of 11 was a boy.
You weren't really paying attention, were you?
No. Even when people said it's a girl, I thought they were just being mistaken.
Okay.
I thought it was truly a little boy until about maybe the 2nd episode or the 3rd episode.
I can see that happening, but I feel like they didn't try any kind of ambiguity at all.
It looks like a little boy with a short haircut. And it's such a young girl. It does look it looks like a 10-year-old boy. I thought the character of 11 was a boy for about 2 episodes. Even when they said it was a girl, I thought it was a boy.
Okay.
And
that should have been a confessional.
Even later on, when the character puts on like a blonde wig, I still, it's just something about it. I don't know why. I just see like a little boy.
Well, I've got a confession, and I can't get it out of my brain.
What is it?
All right. One of her ears is bigger than the other, and it bothered me the whole time I was looking at her.
Is one of her ears really bigger than the other?
Yeah, and it was bothering me.
Oh, man. Now I'm going to go home. That's all I'm going to see is that big ear.
I know. Once I saw it, once I noticed it, it was like I can't take this character seriously anymore.
That's it. I'm done watching it.
Yeah.
That's it. I'll stop right on episode 5, and that's it. I'll just, whatever I got. Winona Ryder's a crazy chick, and that's what I got from it.
You only got 2 episodes left, and that's it because of the big ear.
Yep, I'm done. Okay. But, I think I can overlook the big ear. Can I? My one complaint, I actually just want more screen time with the kids sitting around playing games in the basement. I wanted more of that.
Maybe there'll be a spin-off series,
just
like a sitcom.
But don't you kind of want a TV show that it's essentially like the same thing that you're getting, but you take away like the cutting edge, like people can die part of it, that aspect, and you lighten it up to where like. It's just kids like messing around in their basement, like riding their bikes and like looking at dirty magazines.
Oh, sure, a geeky version of that '70s show.
A little bit more relaxing.
That '80s show.
Like you can just lean. Like the worst thing that's going to happen is they're going to get bullied in school or something.
But it doesn't have to be monsters.
Yeah, there's not going to be
kind of like Freaks and Geeks.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want another one of those.
Okay. I would like another Freaks and Geeks.
I tell you that right now. That's kind of what I wanted more of that in this.
So you didn't want the horror element.
I didn't need it. I truly didn't.
I can understand that because a lot of times I'll go into like watch a horror movie, and oftentimes it'll be like one I've seen many times to go to sleep to.
Yeah.
And what I like is the atmosphere that it starts out with.
Yes.
When it gets to horror, it's kind of like,
it starts getting too serious, and you're just like, I want to just relax. I don't want people to die. I just,
Yeah, I mean, people start dying, and that's the part of the movie that's supposedly good. But I really like the first part.
Me too. I always enjoy first acts a little bit more than the second act. Alrighty, so I think unless you got any random things to add into this, I think we can dive into the last segment of the podcast.
The only random thing I'll add is that I watched 11/22/63 on Hulu, and I'm not going to delve into it. I mean, I
don't even know what that is.
Yeah, it's based on the Stephen King book about the guy who goes back in time to try to stop the Kennedy assassination.
Oh, okay.
James Franco plays the lead. And I will just say that it got snubbed by the Emmys, in my opinion, even though all that is meaningless. But it got nominated for Best Special Effects. That's it. But anyway, I would recommend it, guys. Highly recommend it. I was looking for a new series to get into. It's definitely a binge-worthy series.
This is on Hulu?
It's on Hulu.
Do I have to pay for this?
I think you get a free month of Hulu.
Do I? Okay.
If you haven't before.
I don't think so. I'm so tired of paying for all these multiple subscription services. I'm so tired of it, man.
Well, that's the new cable.
I
mean, it's funny because it's like, okay, if you get rid of cable, then you have to pay more for internet because they're not going to let you get away with it.
No.
And then you've got to have it used to just be Netflix. That's all you need.
Yeah.
And it used to be like $8 a month. Now it's $10.
$10, and I think it's justified.
That's fine, but now you have to have Amazon.
You have to have Amazon Prime,
And now you have to have Hulu.
and you have to have Hulu. So now we're at $30.
Yeah, we're $30 deep. And I don't know. And then there's all these other apps now.
And I'll tell you this. Here's another thing about Amazon Prime. This is the definition of what I like to call movie, TV show cock tease. The blue balls, as they like to call it. I watched season 4 of Boardwalk Empire.
Okay.
I was so into it, man. That finale. I was like, I need it right now. Oh, if you'd like to watch this, you can pay for it, motherfucker.
Oh, bullshit! Really?
Yeah. Here, pay $25 to watch the digital version of season 5.
Well, now that's why you have to have now the fourth thing, most important thing, which is HBO Go, which is what I have.
Yeah.
Also, that's $15 a month.
Oh man!
So we're up to $45.
It just never ends.
And then you need Stars. Because Stars has some original programming. It's got a lot of great movies.
Or you can just find a really good illegal streaming service online and watch everything for free.
Yeah, and then just get malicious malware all over your computer that infects every single...
Who'd that happen to?
Oh, gee, I don't know.
Oh.
Who recommended the service?
Well, if you know how to use the website, not download everything.
I didn't
maybe
download
it worked
anything.
out
I
for
only
you.
click play.
123movies.com. All right, so...
$1,000 a piece for the plug.
Thank you. Okay, so let's dive into the Q&A questions. This is where we answer anything and everything from the viewers, you guys. You want to go first? What is the first question you have?
Well, I just have one question over here. You were scrolling through.
I was scared.
Okay.
Okay,
from James C. Movies on Twitter. Was that Twitter?
Yes, it was.
Okay. Favorite black and white movies.
Ooh.
Okay, I'm just going to name 3 real quick.
What was that?
Yes. All right. Sunset Boulevard, Double Indemnity, and The 400 Blows. And I could go on with a few others, but I'm not going to. John, what's your favorite black and white film?
Well, I'm going to be a little bit different, a little bit off the cuff.
Quirky.
Keep it a little bit modern. You named some old classics there.
Yeah.
I'll just go with Clerks. I'll be honest with you. It's a movie I liked for a very long time, and it's a movie that kind of defines my life. So I would say it's probably at least one of my favorite black and white movies.
That qualifies. It certainly qualifies, especially if it's a movie that has some kind of impact on you.
Yes, absolutely. It does. It does have
Too bad American Psycho wasn't filmed in black and white.
I know. The definition and
it's a little scary.
A movie made about my life. But anyway, all right. The next question here is, let's just answer this one. Let's just answer this one very truthfully.
Okay.
And I want you to look at me.
No, I can't.
Okay, fine. It's not like I could see you anyway. You're wearing aviator glasses.
All right, I'm going to
take them off and look at me with those.
Take them off for this.
Those, yes.
Even though I can't.
Oh, okay. All right. Ew, it does feel better.
Isn't it better?
Yeah, Jason just turned off the fluorescent bulb that's sitting in between us. And as soon as you did that, I feel like my blood pressure went down about 15 notches.
Exactly. This is what's been in my eyeballs.
Sucking the life force out of you? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, this comes from ADOD16. Are you going to go see the new Blair Witch movie?
Yes.
Yes.
You and I are going to go see that
We're
together.
going to go see it, but we don't want to watch it.
No. We don't want to go.
We don't
But
want
I
to.
gave him a choice. I said, we can either go see the new Blair Witch or we can go see the new Rob Zombie movie, 31. And there we go.
There you go.
He
Snap it.
instantly went for Blair Witch.
I had to, man.
The lesser of two evils.
Those last few Rob Zombie movies, I'm sorry. I just can't even pretend like
Look into the camera and apologize.
I'm going to save you guys a lot of time and effort. Just don't watch them. Yeah, that new Blair Witch movie, it just... Here's another truth, and I want you to be honest with me. Have you even taken the time to watch the trailer for the new Blair Witch?
No, I can't.
Me neither.
I think I saw a little bit of it
I don't even know
on an ad, like a pre-roll ad or something, and I couldn't.
Is it just another hodgepodge of point of view, lazy camera work? You know, basically,
I mean, I don't
cash
care.
grabbing with the title.
And I know somebody. I'm trying to look up. Can you look
I
up the
refuse.
director? Because people keep saying, but it's directed by so and so, and I forget.
Yeah.
And I know we're going to get 25,000 comments on who the director is. But what are you doing? You're about to do a read?
Well,
a radio
I was
read?
just thinking it wouldn't matter if James Cameron directed a POV movie that was all shaky in the woods. It doesn't mean it's going to be good.
But we're going to go see it, right?
We're going to go see it.
Oh God, we
We're
kind of
gonna
have to, don't we?
Get all nauseous and sick.
Yeah.
Like trying to enjoy it, but just can't.
I'm either going to be sick or I'm going to fall asleep.
I'm just going to eat Sour Patch Kids and put myself into a coma. Alrighty. And the last question we have over here comes from Vanny Quest. And the question is, most disappointing movie sequel of all time. And I think we should give this answer on the count of 3.
Okay.
Whatever you have, you say it. Whatever I have, I'll say it. On the count of 3.
Agreed.
1, 2, 3.
Matrix Revolution. Oh, Reloaded.
I got Reloaded as mine.
Yeah, Reloaded was the sequel.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was Revolutions was the.
We could put Revolutions in there too. That was my next pick.
Well, no, because truly Reloaded was the disappointment. I mean, if you.
Yeah.
But you had to be there. You had to have seen the Matrix in the theater or on video, whatever. You had to experience that. And how awesome it was and how groundbreaking it was to be able to really feel the disappointment of when that first came out.
Just tonally a different movie in every way. Because the first movie had a little bit of grit to it, a little bit of like action vibe. Like it felt like a 90s action movie, but with like a smarter edge, a different story. You know, they had the whole enter into the Matrix, but it still had like that 90s action vibe, kind of dwindling under that, right?
And this was a very sheeny 2000s CG fest.
Yes, with the movie's about 90% exposition.
No.
They just explain everything throughout the movie.
Over and over.
I remember the scene where they go into the lounge to like talk to the key master or some random bullshit like that.
Actually, now I enjoy that scene, but whatever.
I'm gonna jump over
You're
this
gonna come
table
over
and
this
just choke you out.
I enjoy it now on Blu-ray. At the time, I was most disappointed.
Do you like that early 2000s early CG work where people look like they're made out of rubber? Like when all those agents come out of the on the playground to fight Neo, they're dangling around looking like rubber, getting slapped around, just liquefied.
I don't know if I noticed that, man. But
Yeah,
I tell you
they
what,
don't look like human beings with bone structures. They look like they're rubber CG characters, just like bending back and forth fighting.
I'll give you that, but what about that interstate sequence? That's still pretty badass.
I like
in
the
my opinion.
music. I like that music that they play. It's like don't they play like a real fast-paced techno kind of music?
Yeah, but I mean that
I like
that
that.
action sequence was well done.
Okay, but does that justify the other 2.5 hours of the movie?
I don't know. I enjoy it now, but at the time I was really angry. Really disappointed.
One of a handful of movies that I've got up in the theater and left.
You did walk out of that one.
I walked out of that one.
I felt like walking out just because it just drug on for so
Yeah,
long.
well, here's the thing. I was there with my friends, and we all came up with something better to do than sit there for another 2 hours. So we just went and did that.
So did you spend the first hour talking about what the better things were?
Yeah,
What was the better thing to do?
to go eat at McDonald's.
I don't want McDonald's though. Is
But
Taco
this
Bell
was
open?
back in high school.
Okay.
And quick little side note to that story. I went on a date to Matrix Revolutions a few years later, or the next year.
It's not really a date movie, is it? Well,
it was late. It's whatever. Okay. And I fell asleep halfway through the movie until the very end of the movie. Fell asleep.
I'm assuming this is a date with a pre-existing lady friend, not a first date.
No, I don't know. Some girl I was talking to at the time.
Can't even remember. Just some girl.
I couldn't tell you. I don't remember. I think she played volleyball. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah,
She played volleyball.
But that's all I remember about her. But yeah, but nevertheless, both these movies I did eventually watch, and I'll tell you, both of them really it took a toll on me to watch them later on.
I'm sorry, John. I'm sorry to hear that it took a toll.
Yeah.
So that way you're
Please.
starting to get a few lines in your forehead.
They aged
That's
me.
where it started, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think they took a toll on you, man. Like the gray's trickling out of the beard.
It's not trickling, it's there.
Pouring out.
And I predict within 5 years I'm going to be able to play that mall Santa.
Yeah. What is that movie where something happens and it sucks the life out of you and you look older? What is that? I don't remember.
Thinner. I curse you.
Yes.
Thinner.
Thinner. Yes.
Remember that movie?
Yeah. I get older. You look like a lizard.
No, I don't. That doesn't sound nice. at
Remember in the movie that one guy turns into like a lizard?
all. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. It was going with the movie.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, whatever happened to that guy's career?
I think that was the pinnacle.
Okay.
All right, so I think that's going to cover the questions for this podcast. But got a few things to mention before we take off here.
Yeah.
First of all, we wanted to say thanks to everyone who's joined us. This is what is this? The 6th episode?
We're celebrating the 6th anniversary.
Number 6.
Number 6.
All righty, so this is number 6. A few things I wanted to mention before I go. I wanted to say big thanks to Geek Fuel. If you guys want to check out Geek Fuel, it's this awesome box you get once a month filled with TV goodies, movie goodies. I like it. It's a $50 value. All kinds of cool shit inside of there. And if you guys want to get a special collector's item in your Geek Fuel box, if you go through my special link, which I'll put in the video description down below, it's geekfuel.com/flickpick. You type that in, special extra item in your box. Check it out.
It's awesome.
Hold it with joy.
I was holding it with pride.
With a smile on your face.
I was holding it with
I
pride.
still got to open that bad boy.
Oh, here, let me.
No, I want to savor the flavor. It's the only thing I look forward to anymore.
I held it up.
All right.
I get to open it. Give me
All
a
right.
knife.
Not yet. All right. So what did you want to mention, Jason?
All right, guys, down below, there's a link to Redbubble for T-shirts. A lot of cool designs, Wolf of Wall Street, Willy Wonka, a lot of cool stuff. Go down below, check it out.
When do I get my fun coupon shirt that's on there? Fun coupons.
I might order you one sometime soon, and then we can both. I need to lose about 10 pounds so I can refit into my Fun Coupons T-shirt.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
And then I'll get you one, and we'll both wear it. And
All right.
we'll sell 1,000 Fun Coupons T-shirt, and then I can retire to the Bahamas for 2 days.
Yeah, dude. I was gonna. Are you
I'll
gonna
fly down there on JetBlue.
you got
coach.
You won't even fly it. You'll walk, then swim
I'll
across
swim.
the ocean.
Yeah.
All righty. So the link's down below.
Links down below, guys.
Alrighty. Well, I think that's going to wrap up this podcast. And a few other things I wanted to quickly mention was I don't even remember what I was going to say. It doesn't matter. Oh,
iTunes coming soon.
iTunes are yes. Thank you for that.
I'm gonna
iTunes.
address that.
Yeah, we do have a few sites where we're kind of looking around. We're shopping around where to put the podcast because a lot of these sites do charge you a monthly fee, and you don't really know what you're getting until you kind of join it. So it will come to iTunes. That is the next step, along with a few other sites. So look out for that, guys. But nevertheless, you can still watch it here on YouTube, and you guys can check out my YouTube channel.
And it's on SoundCloud.
Yeah, it is on SoundCloud. We'll have to talk about that. It's kind of it's an issue.
Oh, it's in flux now.
Yeah, I'm not liking it anymore.
Okay.
But anyway, we'll definitely let you guys know wherever we put it. Give us another week or so we can figure it out. But like I said, nevertheless, it would always be here. So if you guys want to check out my channel, it's John Flickster or The Flick Pick, or on Twitter at John Flickster. And where can they check you out, Jason?
I'm the Crazy Jason on YouTube and Crazy Jason on Twitter. Links down below.
All the links are down below. Thanks for watching, guys. And as they say, with Star Trek being the 50th anniversary,
Live long and prosper, guys.